Hello, this vlog follows me reading different yuri and me deluding myself into thinking I'm also in a yuri love triangle.
There's a yuri shortage in Austin, Texas.
I didn't find many yuri at the Barnes & Nobles. It was mostly just a ton of comic adapted manga or novel versions and yaoi. We found one yaoi that was not in plastic wrap, and of course I'm not going to put it in here, but it was interesting flipping through that. We went to Kinokuniya next and it was a gold mine. I left purchasing 6 yuri.
They asked me for my ID and it had me second guessing if I was 18.
This day I reserved the entire afternoon to reading all my yuri, but also alternating the readings with the assigned readings for my sociology class so that I could be at least a little productive during the weekend. I find the library so intimidating because it's quiet and everyone is just doing their own thing independently, not wanting to be disturbed. But luckily I found the manga section amid a very complex, confusing maze of aisles and bookcases. In the online library search, it was really hard to find manga, so I was surprised they had so many gems here. One thing about my school library is that if they don't have a specific book you're looking for, they can find it and bring it to the library. So sometimes looking through the shelves, I'd be like, I wonder if a student personally requested this to be brought here. I felt so embarrassed just taking laps around the library to try to find comfy seating, so I eventually settled in front of this other person and it made me really nervous and anxious. I sucked it up anyway. They were glued to their phone, so it wasn't like they were really perceiving me. I started by reading Rainbow After Storms, and I found it to be a really cute, just simple high school secret yuri romance, but I don't think that I'll buy the second volume. Next, I read Cats and Sugar Bowls, and I absolutely freaking loved it. It's a bunch of short story yuri romances, but I particularly loved Unbreakable Sugar Bowl. They matched each other's freak so well. I'm so envious. Next, I started on Yuri Is My Job, and I loved it! But before we get into that, I checked out my lesbian experience with loneliness and went out to eat. It was getting kind of late. I think it was around 4 or 5 when I filmed this, and at 6 p.m. it starts to be Minecraft and all the mobs come out, so I tried to make this quick. I love the MC and how flustered she is about everything in the cafe. And I love how I sort of start rooting for the best friend instead of the love interest. I got this tteokbokki and embarrassingly had to de-soak the rice cakes. On the way home, I started admiring the lights, and there was a Girl Scout stand on the way home, and of course I had to get Thin Mints, so I was so stoked by that. Girl Scout cookies are an authentically American experience, so I always feel a sense of fondness to them. I got all cozied up, ready to continue reading, and I decided to read There's No Freaking Way I'll Be Your Lover Unless. The couple is just so cute. So cute. So cute. I want that in my life. I want that so bad. Someone that will just love me forever and is a perfect human being with the best luck ever. I want that. I want that so bad. Next, I read My Girlfriend's Not Here Today, and oh my gosh, I was so excited to read this. It was the yuri that I was looking forward to the most because of the premise. My heart skipped so many beats reading this, I swear. Next, I read Pulse, and even though it was very cute and enjoyable, I don't think I'll continue to read it. I ate up my lesbian experience with loneliness. I sympathized with the author so much. The next day, I just had to go back to the library and read the rest of her work. By the way, the cold in Texas completely disappeared overnight. I literally just whipped out my fan. I'm sweating so bad. My memory is so fuzzy, so I was so surprised to learn that they have the entire collection by Nagata Kabi. I went to browse through the manga section again just to eye stuff down and bookmark certain manga for later. Every time I look at it, I swear I find something new. Even though the manga section is pretty small, I did find manga of my comfort anime, K-On!, but unfortunately it was all in Japanese, so I put it back. Ah yes, the battle of finding the perfect seat to sit in for 1 to 2 hours was so hard. Until I found these seats facing the wall to what I believe might be where a TV would be hooked up. Oh my gosh, I related so hard to various experiences that Nagata Kabi went through. I was going through a roller coaster of emotions reading these, and I only got to read my solo exchange diary volume 1 and 2 during this library trip. I found it so heartwarming that she included a snippet of her fiction work at the end of my solo exchange diary. Alas, I got tired of being in a stuffy library and being perceived, so I went to go check out the last 2 books I haven't read yet and go head out to Target, where I bought some chips that I've been craving, these hot Chester fries, even though I have a really bad spice tolerance, and then go back to the place I went to the other day to get a tofu bowl. I swear I crave tofu at least once a week. I got this order to go because, in all seriousness, I find it so awkward to eat out alone. At home, I can read my alcoholic escape from reality in peace. I found it interesting that Nagata Kabi switched the pink accents to orange accents, I guess to maybe represent that it's a new arc of her life. I don't know how to do an outro, so I hope you enjoyed me loving girls and reading about girls loving girls.